Alright, in this video I want to talk about masculinity in our world today, because whenever this topic is being brought up, all I see too often is of the discussions of toxic masculinity, of the violence, the sexual assaults, the aggressions committed by men who are labeled as being too masculine. And masculinity is somehow labeled as toxic and shamed by the media and the society today. But is it all it's about? Granted, there are men who are just simply bad and terrible people who are nothing but abusive and destructive to society. Yet, is it wise to categorize all masculinity as something purely evil and harmful, and that everybody should seek femininity instead? The answer is, and has never been, as simple as that. And it is very important for us to seek the nature, the truth of masculinity, and understand why does it exist, and how is it important more than ever in society today. In simple terms, masculinity is the traits and qualities that contribute to a characteristic of a man, which strength, courage, mastery, and honors are values commonly agreed upon by both men and women. However, it is more than just that. Masculinity is a spirit, an energy that exhibits in everything: people, animals, objects, arts. And it exists as a balance to the feminine energy which governs by the law of polarity, causing both men and women to counteract accordingly and to be attracted to one another. By nature, men are more masculine and women are more feminine, and the differences between these two traits, such as their sexualities or their sexual strategies, exist through thousands of years of evolutionary histories for the sole purpose of ensuring the survival of the human species. So no, this is not a social construct or cultural pressure. These are intrinsic values and desires that live within both men and women. So the idea that we don't need masculinity, or men need to be less masculine, or men need to be more like women, is absolutely outrageous. How are these ideas being manufactured and encouraged in today's world? And in asking that questions come the realizations that the society, the system that we're living in, wants to control masculinity and suppress its characteristic. For it is power that can be either harnessed or wasted, which can result in either creations or destructions, and can be used for the better or for the worse of the human race. Society demands that this power needs to be removed. However, as in realizing that the energy of nature cannot be destroyed, and that male sexualities cannot be eradicated, they try to cast ownership over it, demanding men to give up these power. And those who submit to their will are people we label as the nice guy, the social justice warrior, the white knight, who showboat their virtue signaling for the expectations of respects, praises, and of course, pussies. However, the reality is that femininity needs masculinity. Feminine women attracted to masculine men, and in giving up these power, they lost their positions in the sexual marketplace, in the social order, and in the pursuit of their life success. The right answer has never been less masculinity, but better masculinity. It is an energy, if used correctly, can build economies, grow societies and cities, protect and provide communities and families. We need to nurture and cultivate masculine men. strong and courageous men who can stop the evil, the wicked that exists in a world already full of the passive and the weak. The notions of achieving equalities and peace by feminizing men is a great disaster for the advancement of mankind, and a perfect recipe for the rise of chaos and the collapse of humanity. It is the lack of masculine men, the lack of good men, that will cause society and people to suffer by those who wish to bring pain and rage to others. Remember, masculinity is a true power that only comes with men who have great responsibility to it. In developing a healthy relationship with this power, it can become the source of fertility, creativity, innovations, and most importantly, freedom. So don't be afraid to display masculinity in the boundary of helping yourself and others. That is, to demonstrate leadership, to display your individuality and independency in both thought and actions, to be the one who take risks, to leave the comfort zones and challenge against the conventional, to seek glory and build your own kingdoms. Masculinity as an energy, when harnessed properly, it creates leaders, warriors, and heroes who all men look up to and all women wants to get with. Become that man.